Okay, it's an Ellis clamp. Very versatile tool. It's a very versatile temporary shore. When we're working inside a building and we're having to progress through that building, it's very handy to have a shore that we can adjust up and down. When we're looking at a building, if it's been damaged, it's going to have a lot of slope to that floor, and we're not going to be able to just use the same shore every single time. An Ellis clamp is a shore that we can take in and we can adjust that height any way we want to. Our maximum height on this is 11 foot, just like a T-shore. When we cut these posts, I need to have a 12-inch minimum overhang on the outside of this clamp and a 12-inch minimum overhang on the bottom of this clamp. When you put this shore in, it's held in place by friction. Okay, so the more pressure that comes down, the tighter it's going to make these. That makes sense? So when you look at your angle has to be going down with your top strut. Okay? So that way the more pressure it has, the more friction it's going to create, and the tighter this is going to get. Now we're going to set a T-shore. Things that we want to look at. Which way is the floor joist running? Because if I set this thing the wrong way, all I'm doing is capturing this drywall. Does that make sense? Alright, so when we look at this floor, we got to figure out, and I can see right there that those floor joists are running this way. So I got a 3-foot header and a 3-foot sole that I want to try and capture at least 2 of those floor joists. How far apart are my floor joists? 16 inches. Okay, so I should be able to capture 2 of those. And anytime we're dealing with a T-shore of all these kinds, it's a 3-foot header, 3-foot sole. Okay? We're going to set this Ellis shore. We're going to raise these up. Want to keep them about 12 inches apart. When we're setting this up, once I get it in place, I can tack nail these 2 clamps in place. So that way when I raise this up with this lever down here, you can take this right here, slide that lever all the way up. You can see how it's got a little bit of an angle. This gives me a mechanical advantage down here on the bottom. I can pull this up and raise this shore up. Remember, one key thing about this is an extra spacer that comes with the clamp. If I get to a point where I don't have enough room, I can slide this in and it gives me a little bit more room to raise that strut up a little bit higher. Once I've got it pressurized and I got it where I want, I can take my hammer, tap down on these clamps over here, put a couple toenails in it, and that's going to lock everything in place and keep everything where you need it. Remember, it's very critical when we're putting these shores in place, we do not lift the building. We want to capture the building. We don't want to raise the building and change the dynamic of the structure. We just want to capture the load where it's at and keep it in place.